the advertising campaigns that you might see, so that's outdoor advertising as well as television, radio, print media, things like that. I also do the social media. Market Day is extremely important. It's one of our biggest fundraisers of the year, and it helps fund the museum for the entire year. So we've got animal care, the education department, things that just couldn't run without the fundraising that's happening at the festival. It's a 47-year tradition, so it's really become part of the Tallahassee community. It's an important part of the museum as well. This is a unique event because there's over 300 vendors, so it's one of the biggest events in the southeast of this kind. Everything has to be handmade. At a lot of craft fairs you can resell things that other people make, but this one you actually have to make it. So that's kind of exciting. So everyone here is a real original, which I really like. We've got some wonderful sponsors on grounds too, like the Florida Lottery, Community Coffee, the Tallahassee Democrat, that help make this event possible. I think it's a great way to show some of the bigger box organizations getting involved in like a grassroots movement, which I think is exciting. I love watching people get cheese fries and walk around with their crafts. I think it's great. We've won $100 gift certificates, which is really exciting. We've had people win the quilts that we raffle off every year, so that's exciting as well.
Lucky winners are, get your tickets out, 514294. Again, the first number is 514294.
Every year something different happens. For instance, like this year and as in previous years, we'll have people who don't show up. And that's always a little scary, and you scramble around, and we're really lucky to have this great team that sort of spaces everyone out, and the general public never knows. So I think you've got a lot of things behind closed doors that happen. There's months of setup. This event is literally planned all year long. So, there's a lot of behind the scenes things that people don't see. A lot of meetings at restaurants, a lot of late nights that culminate this weekend. Our winter guest animal for 2013 is the Bengal tiger. He's 2 years old, he's about 300 pounds, and he came to us through a partnership with the Cat Life Foundation. Basically what they do is they rescue large cats and make sure they're put in these great communities, museums, places that'll take care of them. The tiger that we have was actually part of a traveling circus, and he was kept grossly underweight so that they could keep traveling with him legally, and he was rescued, taken out of that situation. He's been nursed back to full health through these great organizations, which is wonderful. So he'll be at the museum through March 2013, and Market Days actually helps fund things like all the meat he has to eat. It's 8 pounds a day. Taking care of the habitat he's in. They have to resod it, put in new trees, things that are big enough to support his weight, things like that. So it's a really exciting way, to come out here and you buy these great crafts and you bring them home as Christmas gifts, and you're also taking care of this big cat, and we're refurbishing the caboose right now. So there's all kinds of things you're promoting at the museum.
Give me a sweet tea.
These are off of my bees, and we happen to have 4 different flavors of honey here. We don't do anything to it. The bees make the flavor of the honeys, yield the lighter colored nectars, and later in the season they yield the darker colored nectars. And that dark, you try that one right there first? That one's a pretty good one, I'll tell you.
I love honey too much.
That's the light wildflower, that's the early season. I'll lick that off.
Is that cold enough for you?
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Once I got it balanced, I discovered it did this. Showed my mom, showed my dad, showed everybody down hanging out at the bar. Pretty impressive. I played with it for about 2 weeks on my finger. I started drilling little holes in my finger. So we took one of the card stands. Took a card stand, flipped the card stand over. I used the edge of the file just to make a little X. set that on there. I gave it its first bump. My dad jumped back, knocked over his chair, and told me, "That's it right there, you got it."
Right here we call these our redneck chair swing. It's cut out of a wide farm equipment tire. And then we do a lot of other things. The flower pots like we got here, my grandfather showed me how to do those when I was a small kid. And then we got started cutting them out, and the piece that we had left over, we make the bird feeders out of. So we utilize the whole tire to make the bird feeders and the flower pots and stuff. And over the last 18 years, one thing led to another. We just keep coming up with different ideas.